lovelies, thanks for clicking on this video. Today I'm going to talk about my favourite topic, which is Tinder, and I thought I'd give the men out there that watch my channel a little bit of help and a little bit of advice, and I just want to show you from my perspective what I'm looking for. Obviously it's only what I'm looking for, but I think you could probably apply this approach to most women, to be honest. And just thought I'd talk about like the turn-offs when you kind of see someone's profile and the behaviours they do. And hopefully if you're a guy watching this, you might learn something from it. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I'm in a hoodie today. I'm not really glamorous, but it's freezing cold in the UK. And looks like I'm going to have another winter without a man, so I'm going to be cold. So let's get on with the video. Okay, so the first thing that winds me up is when guys don't put a bio on their profile. I think it's really arrogant when guys are like, oh yeah, I'm so attractive, I don't need any bio or words. But it's also really lazy, and it just shows you that you don't give a F, basically. And it's also a good way to wheedle out an F-boy, because obviously there will be some guys that are players that will write a bio to weed people in, but I found on the whole, if a guy doesn't have a bio, he's not really serious and he's just up for fun. What I'm doing now is I'm not matching with anyone that does not have a bio. It doesn't matter how attractive they are. I've had to let some real hotties go through because they haven't had a bio. I think having a bio is really important on your profile, because having Instagram does not constitute a personality. Okay, the second thing on your profile, this is going to trigger a few people, but I'm keeping it real and I'm telling you from a girl's perspective. If you're a guy out there, list your height and list your job. These things are important to women, and I've got another video on my channel that talks about height, but for women on the whole, these are really important. I'm not really bothered about height so much because I'm 5'2", so any guy's going to be taller than me. But girls are really looking for what a guy does as a job. It's really important to them, and they're looking to see if you have a secure future. So yeah, don't shoot the messenger. I know it will trigger some people, but please list your job on a profile. They want to see that you're not a deadbeat person that doesn't have a job. I know. Also, if you have children, list that you have children. I found this in the past where I'd get talking to someone and then they drop the bombshell that they have a kid. There's nothing wrong with having children. It's absolutely fine. It's just not something that I'm personally looking for in a person. For me personally, taking on a child is a huge responsibility, and I do not believe that I could take another child on that wasn't mine. I think you have to be a very strong person to do that. When guys do not put that they have children on their profile, it's just a red flag basically, and I think it just it wastes your time and it wastes the guy's time. So if you have children, put it on your profile. Also on your profile, don't list politics. Politics has nothing to do with finding a relationship. I've lost count of how many profiles I've seen where it's saying, don't swipe for me if you voted Brexit, don't swipe for me if you're a Tory. You're not going to find someone that has exactly the same beliefs as you, exactly the same values. There's always going to be a bit of compromise and give and take in relationships. So off the bat, you're just shooting yourself in the foot, because if you vote one way politically, you're just going to wipe out half the population that vote the other way. So just don't put politics in your profile. Also, people mention like veganism, they mention their diet habits. You don't need to mention any of that. What Tinder is, it's about swiping, making matches, and then going out on a date. It's not laying everything about your life bare on your profile, because people will literally judge you for it. People will say on their profile, I don't want to date vegans, I don't want to date vegetarians, and it's like, that doesn't matter. Just get out there, go on dates and see if you have a connection with someone. Oh yeah, this one winds you up as well. Having a really creepy profile. And what I mean by this, I'll see a lot of guys where they're obviously after one thing and they'll make their profile completely sexual, and they'll talk about they want to be a dom, they want to do this to a woman, and they'll just talk about what they're looking for in a partner sexually, and it's so creepy. I understand you want to find someone that has the same kink as you, but putting it on Tinder is not really the way to go, is it? And people with like no photos and just torsos, and even, you guys will be surprised, guys probably won't know this, but I've seen profiles where people will put pictures of them with like, just, this is not appropriate to be putting on a public profile. Men need to stop with the creepy profiles. It's fine if that's your sexual preference, but there are dedicated websites for that kink. There are meetups for that kink. You don't need to put it on Tinder. And for you to just put that on there and just hope for the best, it's just really creepy basically, guys. Okay, so that's your profile. So once you've got the matches, I just want to talk about the messaging. So error number 1, just messaging hey and nothing else. Women find it so irritating because, especially like me, if you've taken time to make your profile engaging and you've put stuff on it, when you just have a guy that just says hey, you can tell he's just scattergun approached 100 different women, and it just shows that a guy is lazy, he's putting no effort in. There's 100 things he could say as an opener. It's just showing a lack of intelligence, and it also shows low self-esteem because it's showing that the guy doesn't really think a lot of themselves and he's not willing to put himself out there, and he's just either messaging like 100 different people, or he's probably been hurt and rejected so many times that he's not putting himself out there, so he's just doing a hey. So if he gets rejected by the hey, he can think, well, that's fine because I haven't put myself out there. You need to put something out there. Even simple things like, on my profile I have a picture of me on holiday in a blue dress. You could just say something like, oh, I really like that picture of you in the blue dress. Where was that holiday? Just something like that. Just something that's just normal and isn't creepy. Just anything apart from hey. Also, on the flip side, you don't need to write a monologue. You don't need to describe your love for me in like a sonnet format. You don't need to just go over the top. I've had men before messaging me telling me that I'm the most beautiful woman in the world and writing like essays like this, and it's just way too much. I mean, A, I know that you're just playing a game. B, even if you do think I'm attractive, you're going the wrong way about it. Putting out that much investment on a woman off the bat, it's just too much investment. You need to save that for later down the road when you're like really into a woman. Doing it off the bat, it's just way too soon. Oh, number three. Maybe it's just me, maybe I'm just getting old, I don't know. But bad grammar. People that cannot string a sentence together. People that literally put what you up to, how is you, how's you. Just basic stuff like that. We're not talking about the odd spelling mistake that gets through in predictive text. We're talking about people that literally off the bat write a message that's so poorly worded and the grammar is so atrocious that you don't want anything to do with them. I mean, maybe this one is just me. Maybe younger generations will let that fly. But it really puts me off when people put like bad grammar and they can't string a sentence together. I don't know. I think girls can tell if a guy's generally trying rather than someone that's literally just putting how's you. It just turns girls off straight away. Oh, number 4. Oh my God. Asking me stuff that is already on my profile. Asking me stuff like, oh, what do you do for work? You know what I do for work, it's on my profile. Where do you live? You know where I live because it's on my profile. It just shows women that you've got a poor attention to detail, and it also shows women that you're literally just asking the same questions to the same women, and you don't care basically. So be careful when you ask women questions. Go through their profile and make sure you're not asking them stuff that is already on their profile, because it just turns them off and they'll just unmatch you because they can tell that you're not interested in them. Oh, number 5. I don't know how long this video is. Sorry if it's a bit longer this time. But number 5. Do not ask me for my sexual preferences straight away. Do not ask me if I'm vanilla. Do not ask me if I'm a dirty girl. Do not ask me anything sexual on the first message. you'll just get an unmatch, because I just know straight away what you're after. And it's just like, I don't get why guys do this with me, because I put explicitly on my profile what I'm looking for. I'm looking for long term, I'm looking to go out on dates. And I think guys are sometimes a bit thick, and they think that I'm just going to completely change everything I'm looking for because they're hot. But no, doesn't work like this for girls. Do not be the creepy guy, please guys, that messages girls a load of sexual stuff on like the first message. Girls don't want it, it's not reciprocated, and just please leave it out. Number 6, keep the convo going. Do not message a girl if A, you're not into her, and B, you don't want to take her out on a date. Don't message a girl and then don't like text her back for like 2 days, and it just winds girls up. We're looking for guys to take us out on dates, so just keep the conversation going, ask questions. And then similarly for the girls on the other end of the question, when you answer a question, also lead it with another question. I mean, this is like quite basic stuff, but I don't think people seem to understand that it's like a bit of ping pong. It's like 2 ways. You ask a question, you get a reply, then you ask a question again. It should be like back and forth, like ping pong, asking questions, getting to know each other, just like keeping the conversation going. It's like really important in those early stages. And then number 7, ask me out on a day. I know it seems so simple, but after like chatting for a few days or so, ask me out on a date. Don't waste time being the pen pal. Get me out into the real world, then you can see if you like me, see if you fancy me, see if you like my personality. You can't tell any of this from messages, from photos, from Instagram. You only know if you like someone if you get them out in the real world and you just see what's happening. So yeah, ask people out. I hope that helps some of you. Just giving you some of my tips on Tinder. And I just want to say thank you for the people that are starting to subscribe to my channel. It really does mean the world to me, and it really does touch me when people do subscribe and view my videos. So thank you very much for that, and I'll see you soon. So take care, everyone.